Hello, foenem gangsters. Today we'll be starting a discussion. Is Louis Vuitton niche level quality? Today we have some popular designers, some popular niche, and the Louis Vuitton bottles themselves.
Let's get into discussion.
Today we're going to start with presentation. On this bottle, I don't have a box for, I threw it out. And then my other bottle of Pacific Chill, I have really nice, good presentation. It came with this nice, big, great box with the iconic Louis Vuitton font and text on it. It's kind of orange there, as you can see. It's got like that drawer magnetic flap. You open it up. As I was saying, the flap is like magnetic. It's really nice. The box. It's like a great, it has a great feel to it. It's not like cheap cardboard. Now let's get into it. It's got this like paper wrap to hold in place and this sticker to close it. There's the box of Pacific Chill itself. And then here's a little sleeve for like 2 Santas that came with it. The box itself has really nice artwork on it, all around the whole box. The inside of the box has there's another container for it. It's a nice stand. We call it the Louis Vuitton tube.
Listen to this.
The bottle's in it.
Listen to this.
That's some good stuff.
Here we have the bottle. Here we have the bottle.
Yeah, the bottle has like this nice green hue to it to add to like the appeal of the fragrance. Make it look more like an actual green scent than the liquid actually is. It's a nice,
Beautiful gradient.
yeah. And the cap on top has a Louis Vuitton logo and is magnetic.
Now let's compare this to other designers.
Here is my first ever fragrance I've ever gotten. Why I sell myself. The bottle is pretty unique for a designer. Very like minimalistic. The cap isn't all that. It's not heavy. It's pretty cheap
Very
feeling.
average.
Yeah. And the atomizer in the top is just a basic metal atomizer you can find. We brought out why I sell myself because it's one of the lower tiers in presentation for designers, but we think that this is one of the top ones. JPG LeBeau has this nice red felt stand. The can is actual
unique.
metal. It's not really anything else like it. The bottle itself is really cool too. Definitely feels high quality. The atomizer at the top is actually painted instead of being just a basic metal one. And it has this stopper on it so that you can't accidentally spray it.
We showed you the designers. Now let's get into the niche. First off, we're going to start off with the very popular Parfums de Marly. Here we have Altair. The box is very obviously cardboard. It's very flimsy. Nothing really special inside. Some good information on the back. Plated in chrome. And a nice little logo on the front. Now the packaging, it's a nice touch, but it's really, again, nothing very special. Coming in, encompassing the fragrance itself. Now for the bottle, I do like the PDM bottles. They look very elegant, and I think the artwork on them was pretty nicely done. The cap is very heavy. It's a normal click cap, and really doesn't feel all that special, but it's a very heavy, nice cap, along with a very normal atomizer. Next up, Initio. This, I feel like they did a fantastic fantastic job really adding great quality to their presentation. As you can see, it's reflective, it's nice, it's beautiful, and it slides up with a little stand at the bottom. And I also want to mention that the box itself is very heavy. I would go as far to say that it's almost a plastic the way it feels. Definitely a step up from PDM or any of the other designers. While the bottle itself is very, very subtle, I wouldn't say it's anything crazy to look at, but it's very heavy. The cap is very nice, and it's got this chrome part on the top that tells you the name of the fragrance. It's a pretty nice present.
Back to Louis Vuitton. Now, out of all the presentations we just talked about, this is easily the best. Really big box, high quality box with the magnetic capabilities. The flap there. Even just this ribbon is more high quality than anything else we talked about before.
I think it's almost subjective at this point that it beat out any of the ones we just presented, and a lot of the ones I can even think of. I mean, the bottle is just as heavy as some of the niche, and definitely a lot better than any of the designers we showed. And the heavy box with the special opening and everything paired with it, I think this is almost no question. The point goes to Louis Vuitton for its arguability to be niche.
Yes! Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Hand. Remember me from no. It's fine. Hey guys, it's Mr. Hand.
Like right here.
You might remember me from the famous Burgers for Durgers video. Next up, we're gonna talk about desirability. Now, you can't really find Louis Vuitton in just any store. The only store that does have it that's not Louis Vuitton is Nordstrom, and that's only because they have a special Louis Vuitton like mini store inside their buildings. You cannot find these in a Macy's, in a Neiman Marcus, a Saks and Fifth Avenue. You're not gonna find this anywhere. You can get this online on their actual website, and if you do buy it online, you do get the big box. That's how I got it. I also got it engraved because I got it online, just my initials. But compared to like any other fragrance, I can't think of any other fragrance that's like niche. Yeah, it's like you can't get it anywhere else. You just get it at Louis Vuitton.
Now let's compare this to the designers. You could find this, I would say, at least 3 different stores at your mall. They're very advertised. They're at many locations. They're not hard to find. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it definitely leads you to smelling like a lot of other people. Like YSL myself, for example. I know many people, probably over 10, who own this fragrance. I only know about one person who owns a Louis V. And again, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you're looking for this desire and this exclusivity, you just won't find it the same thing in these bottles here.
Next, we're going to talk about niche. Now, this is a niche brand that a lot of people have heard of. Parfums de Marly is in almost any Nordstrom that you can go to. Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus, any higher end store in the mall will have this. But it's still exclusive, or more exclusive, due to its price point. Not many people are willing to pay the $200, $300 to get a bottle of this. Then we also have MFK, which is also in the same boat as Parfums de Marly. It's just slightly less popular. But a big bottle like this is $600. I don't know anybody that's willing to pay that price point.
And again, to add to this, you can look on discounters and everything where you would be able to see the decants of these and the samples. And I think the availability of it reflects in the price, where you could find a JPG sample for probably anywhere south of $8. Wow.
Yeah.
All the Louis V samples, or even the niche samples, are probably north of 12. And I think that's a great reflection on that. Again, or do you want to say another point to Louis V for being niche?
Okay.
Would we say that?
Yeah. Another point to Louis Vuitton for being niche.
I quickly cover pricing here. The niches, as he talked about, this is 200 mLs for $600. This is 120 mLs for around $100. Along with this, you find this around $100. Many of the designer fragrances, you won't see anything north of $150. And for niche fragrances, you won't see anything south of around $250. And I think Louis Vuitton stands just along the niche side, with any of their bottles ranging from 350 to 450 for small 100, relatively small 100 mLs. So again, I think another point goes to Louis Vuitton for being niche.
Winner.
Freaking me out. Alright, what do we covered price. No,
Next up, we have ingredients. Louis Vuitton. One thing about Louis Vuitton is they use really high quality ingredients. The high price point is justified with this. They will use real ingredients of everything. Like, this has a great honey note that smells super realistic and is just great to wear. Pacific Chill has a really nice mint note that like comes out super great. No synthetics like whatsoever. You will not get any of that with Louis Vuitton.
no headaches with these. I can smell it all day. Edit in the part where we're all smiling.
Okay.
Another point for Louis Vuitton!
Let's get straight into the smell, because we were already kind of covering it. Like we started off, beautiful, beautiful scents. They have a little rough ones here and there, like every house will. But compared to many of them, it's very few and far between. We got a couple like Murad, the other blue one from the desert line, Le Fou or whatever it was. Smells like, both of them smell a little bit like a fart, which every fragrance line is going to have that, man. Sometimes they want to get experimental. But overall, very consistent. I think some of their weakest scents beat out some house's entire line.
Yeah.
So
if you're looking to stand out with your smell, I don't think there's a better brand than Louis Vuitton. This just redefines all the genres. Like, this is like a sweet, dark oud scent, but it's not like any other. Like, it's not like Ojan. It's not like anything like that. It's really great. And the Pacific Chill is a fresh scent, but I can't think of another fresh scent that has like mint in it. It's so unique and so good. That's why I think Louis Vuitton deserves 1 point.
Another one.
This leads us to our final comparison. Is Louis Vuitton actually niche? Technically, no. They do make clothes, sunglasses, shoes, furniture even, handbags. Technically, they are not niche. They do not prioritize cologne. Is Louis Vuitton actually niche? Technically, no. -1 point.
that was our final question. We covered 6 different categories and put Louis Vuitton to the test. And what came out as the final score is... Yes! Yes!
Man, fuck it. Double outro.
Hold them fragrance. Tell me from the fragrance in the chat. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Thank you. Alright guys, let's go into it.